How's it going, everybody? This is Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Well, we're going to talk about Xbox. Seems like they can't keep themselves out of the news. Seems like every time I turn around, someone, they put their foot in their mouth and say something dumb. And yeah, I love the Xbox showcase. It was probably it was pretty awesome. They showed some Fable gameplay, I guess, today, which I haven't had a chance to watch. I watched a little bit of it, not all of it, but yeah, in the meantime, I keep hearing news about Xbox is doing some dumb things and stuff like that. And we'll get into, things and reasons, I guess. But let's get over to one of the information I kind of caught and people been talking about on YouTube. So let's go check this out real quick. Here we go. This just popped up because I was looking it up. Microsoft has considered spinning out of restructuring Xbox claims report. Also, yeah, I don't know where folks over at the information are reporting today that Microsoft has considered spinning out or restructuring the Xbox brand, although it's not something that's said to be imminent. The report mentions how multiple options haven't been ruled out, including turning Xbox into a wholly owned subsidiary or creating a joint venture with other partners. So that's not. We'll get into that here in a minute. So yeah, here we go, right there, Microsoft. But at the same time, I keep on hearing that, Xbox, I'm looking at my other computer, Xbox CEO issues a brutal warning to Xbox owners, bring me like layoffs and studio closures. Like, we haven't heard that before. But yeah, so I go to my Xbox news and yeah, it's all over the place. Major layoffs, you know, it just get back. So when you look at this, it's like Microsoft is you might as well say, $1 trillion company, man. They're huge. I keep telling people over and over again in certain videos. I probably got a few of them up there. I'll probably have to find one. But Microsoft don't need Xbox as much as people love the, Xbox and, Gears of War and Halo. But when it comes right down to it, Microsoft does not need Xbox. Plain and simple. When people realize that and get past that truth, they can go the way of Sega. They can go third party. They can sell their franchises to other people or say, hey, can you make a Fallout game for us? Sega, can you make a Fallout game for us? We'll license the game out to you. Hey, Steam, you want to make a Xbox console for us? We don't want to do it. Can you make it for us? Can you do that? We are restructuring right now, but at the same time, it's like they want to come out the new Xbox Scarlet. So on the Xbox side of things, they're making some pretty radical decisions. To me, it wouldn't make sense right now in the economic climate that we're in right now with like RAM prices and stuff like that. We're supposed to have a hybrid console, Scarlet. We're supposed to have a Windows operating system where it's supposed to switch over to Xbox mode or something like that. It's like, why can't we take our traditional hardware we got right now of Series X and Series S? And by the way, the Series S outsold the Series X by a large margin. I think that has to do with more of the pricing of it and stuff like that, where people just can't afford to buy the latest and greatest, so they go buy the cheaper version. But why can't they take the existing hardware and put the Windows operating system on that? Trim it down, do whatever you want. I was watching a couple of videos on that where they can trim that down and do what they have to do on that existing hardware. Keep selling that. Yeah, it's going to be a high price, but not the price of a Scarlet. I mean, that's just my opinion on why it's a very bad idea to come out with a new console in the next couple of years. Until they get this AI bubble bursts and RAM prices go back down, I would not even put that in the conversation of having a new console. That's the same thing with PlayStation. They want to come out with a PlayStation 6. No, don't even think about it. Just wait till about 2030. Hopefully this AI bubble decides to burst. Unless everybody in the world wins the lottery all at the same time, no one's going to want to buy a $1,500 console. And then that's, I would say go build a PC. But I was at Walmart today and I seen the RAM prices for DDR5, almost $600 for 32 gigs. So, you can try to blame Xbox for a lot of this, but yeah, a lot of it has to do with, like, we have COVID. Then we got the RAM prices, pretty much. Those two things right there just kind of put everything in a pickle. When we had the COVID type stuff going on, everybody was at home playing games, so everybody took advantage of it, and everybody was hiring people to make games, and then we had all those mass layoffs. But when it comes down to Xbox, I think the Scarlet was announced even before the RAM prices hike and stuff like that. They knew it was going to be inexpensive, but now it's going to be really expensive. But yeah, but in a sad reality, if Microsoft really wants to, they can just go the way of Sega and sell off or license off some of their stuff and make it. They could be third party support. That's been talked about many times. If Microsoft sees Xbox as a money loser, just like any legitimate business, they'll just stop. They'll figure out something else. I've said before, they can just go back to PC gaming, but at the same time, like I said, RAM prices. This affects everything. Even building a computer these days, it's not very viable. It's hard to do. You have to go on a used market to go buy stuff. And when you go buy used stuff on the market, that's not putting money back into to the economy. You're buying used and stuff like that. So Xbox wants to sell you stuff. So same thing with computer manufacturers, like RAM prices, that AI dingbats want to buy all of our RAM prices. When you go out and buy a used stick of RAM, that's not helping out the other side of it. So yeah, I'm hoping AI bursts. Right there, not too far from where I'm at, the township is battling because we're going to have an AI data center not too far from where I'm at right now, and I don't want no data center over there. Oh, they're all talking about jobs and everything else. It's going to create jobs. No one wants this AI bullcrap. No one. Yeah, I dabble in AI once in a while, but I just do it for fun. I don't think about it as anything but just to have fun with it, just to kind of mess with it. But when you go into hindsight, when they want to put AI into your consoles, AI into integrated to our Microsoft Windows system, put AI right into it. No, I don't care for that. I miss the good old days when we had the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. Back in those days, or PlayStation 2. Everything was kind of like buckled down. You had your console exclusives, but we didn't have expensive RAM prices at the time. So, we always got to keep that in mind. Is those RAM prices and even hard drive prices are going up. Everything's going up. It's going to be tougher. Even like I said, the current situation with our current consoles like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, those prices are still going to be high, but it's still manageable where you can still go out and buy one instead of paying the $1,500 to $2,000 that could possibly be tagged onto the next console. Whether people don't, it's like, I know some people think it's like, oh no, and they're gonna try to keep it low. They'll make a loss on it. Xbox is already making a loss on this. They're not doing too well. You go to Walmart and you look at their game section. It's not very many of them. They can't make a loss on a console. They have to make a gain. That's what I'm saying. They should not come out with that Scarlet. That's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. And that Game Pass thing there, I've always been against that Game Pass, even at $22. That should not be there, period. Or at least don't put day one games on Game Pass. That's a big controversy because that's a double-edged sword right there. Yeah, but I can play that game and cancel Game Pass if I wanted to pay the full price for the game. If you're an Xbox fan and you really think about that, if you really support your the Xbox as a franchise, they should not have Game Pass and put games day one on Game Pass. They should have it where I hate to say it, you pay your $10 or $15 a month to get online. We'll give you certain games every month, like gold, and keep it that way. Go out and buy your games at the store. Go on the Xbox store and buy your games. You get your Game Pass 10% discount because you're a Game Pass member. But if you're gonna buckle down and do this right, I personally, to me, I would do that. That would be the best way of doing it, I guess. But at the same time, people are so accustomed to Game Pass. The moment they get rid of day one games, they're gonna just, oh, I'm gonna just cancel my Game Pass. It's like if you're gonna support your console, you're gonna buckle down, try to support them. Go buy a game at the store or something like that, a physical disc. Go buy it. Um, they already see their money when it comes down to stores. The stores just buys a certain amount of stuff. It gets there. They already got their money. When you go buy the console, you're just paying like Walmart, I guess, for it and stuff like that. So when you think about it that way, but if you want to go support Xbox or whatever, go onto their website and go buy the console and have it shipped to your house. I guess that'd be the easiest way, or something like that. Instead of going to Walmart and buying it. But this RAM prices is kind of like a hinder for everybody. It's been talked about to death from everybody, but people never bring that up whenever they talk about when Xbox is all gloom and doom about what's going on. And on the business side of things, Microsoft sees this and whether or not they give a crap about us, that's a different story. Asha, she's still a businesswoman through and through. She has to try to save face when it comes to Xbox. She gave away a whole bunch of 25th anniversary Xboxes to a bunch of fans over at one of those conventions there and stuff like that. So I'm trying to bring up good things to people. That's great and all that, but then the next day you hear about massive layoffs, the hard truth of everything. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough love, being an Xbox fan and a PlayStation fan, because it seems like this is not just an Xbox problem. It's a PlayStation problem, even a Switch problem. At least with Nintendo, they do apologize. They apologize about the whole situation, about why they had to raise the prices or something like that. If I remember correctly, they apologized. They didn't really want to raise it because they knew they had to. Try to develop a console. They don't want to make a loss on the Switch 2. Oh, we're making a $200 loss, probably more than that, because if they're using DDR5 for crying out loud, and the Switch 2, what I'm saying, it's like, yeah, $500 something for 32 gigs. Oh yeah, and the Switch 2 costs what, 500, 550, whatever. Yeah, it's eating away at the cost now. So a lot of these games that they make, I give Nintendo credit. They got a lot of exclusive games, so they're selling games. They're sitting on the borderline. They're teetering on that stuff too, just like PlayStation, Xbox. They just don't announce it as much as Xbox, and specifically Xbox. So, but Xbox being the news, restructuring and stuff like that. Just imagine that. Hey, Sony, we'll license out Halo. Can you make a Halo game for us? No, no, I wouldn't want that. I don't want Sony making a Halo game. Yeah, they can restructure and do that and sell the Xbox name to Steam to make an Xbox console and slap an Xbox ROG Ally X. Oh wait, they already did that. ROG Ally X Xbox edition. Yep. So they kind of dabbled in that already. Oh, it's fun being an Xbox fan. Got so much stuff going on, and I just keep pumping the game into my Xbox and keep playing it. I just don't want to see the day where Microsoft wants to go third party and liquidate all assets and from Xbox brand and get rid of it and sell the licenses to sell all the game licenses to somebody else, or they, like I said, third party. They can license the game out but don't sell it all. They keep the rights to it, but they just let someone else make the games for them. No, that's not a good thing to think about, considering we don't got very many people in the console game market anymore. We got PlayStation, which ain't doing so hot. We got the Switch 2 still going. They're still pumping their games out, and we got our Xbox. And I call Steam a separate entity. They do their own thing. Steam, they're not tied down by Microsoft or PlayStation or Nintendo for that fact. Steam does their own thing. So If they want to make a Steam machine or whatever, they can do that. They're nothing's holding them back. If they don't want to make a Steam machine, they don't have to do that either. They just keep putting their games on Steam. Yeah, and we got other services and stuff like that, and so we got too many of them. I exit all of them out of my computer right there because I'm recording. But GOG, stuff like that. PC game is different. Like I said, it's harder and harder to be a PC player when prices are going up. When you think about it, it's getting tougher these days to go out and find a computer for a decent price and that can do modern type games and stuff like that. It's out there. If you shop around, you might be able to find something. But when you're talking about Xbox Scarlet X, whatever, that could be $2,000 or more. Forget about it. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna probably might jump on my Series X and go jam on some Forza Horizon 3. I got my game dug out somewhere around over here. I was getting ready to install it on there so I can start playing that. And I still love my Xbox. I just wish with the current environment that we got right now, wish things could be better. But I blame about half of this crap on AI BS with raising up prices on everything. Yeah, got a data center being built over by me. We'll see what happens in the next few years. I'm hoping Xbox can pull out of this. Crossing my fingers. But yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like, give me a thumbs down. Personally, when Xbox is down, that's just not good. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. I like to see Xbox being on a positive side of things. But comment down below. Have you seen these news lately about all this? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Like I said, it's tiring when you see this. All you want to do is just get on the Xbox and play. That's it. I want to play a game. But let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll check y'all in the next video. Bye. Oh, I want to say fun times indeed, but I guess I got to go to work. So, yeah, I'll think about that for a few. See ya. Fun times indeed.